Hello, my name is Frances Berry, and I am the sole founder of Solo Sales Marketing Firm. Today, I have created a digital marketing proposal for you, and I am excited to share what I found. Social media has evolved through the ages. What once used to be able to use TV marketing and email marketing is now evolved itself into social media marketing. Although these techniques are still good to use, 43% of the population are starting to use social media to find different brands and different techniques of what to do and what to use. As a business, you want to be able to create social media platforms that are engaging and help your overall goal. Digital storytelling can help you do this. In this presentation, I will show you a couple steps and ways that you can increase your social media platform and your social media marketing to help your company improve. Your company, Kookaburra, was founded in 2012 with the platform, family, and community, while also serving world-class coffee service. In this marketing proposal, I want to stick to those values and that foundation and show you guys what I have found that can help improve your social media platforms. The social media platforms you guys utilize are Facebook and Instagram, with an emphasis on Instagram. I want to make sure that we are reaching the same audience through Instagram that we are reaching through Facebook. This way you have two different audiences that are in different age groups and feature a platform for both. What you will see throughout this proposal is different brands and how I've used them to add the pros and cons of what they do and how you can use these different information to help your business grow. It's also going to be there so you can see what your competitors do and what out-of-industry marketers do. To get this kind of the out-of-industry concept is to be there so you can understand that you can still sell a certain product one way and then sell a different product the same way, and you can still get a great influx of people coming in.
So I did a screen recording of your company, and when I first typed in Kookaburra, I got the bird. So then I typed in Kookaburra coffee. It brought me straight to your page. I clicked on the tab, and immediately I noticed that the first thing I saw was coffee offerings, and it was offer and then ing. I scrolled down just to see what was on it. I liked that the coffee was there at the bottom. Again, your website isn't technically social media, but it is an important part. I did click on shop to see what you could find. Again, having the coffee predominantly at the top is great because it shows your what you sell. And then I clicked on these soy candles because I thought they were a great idea. I definitely think that these should be emphasized on your social media because it's such a unique concept. I also like the fact that there was an ornament. I did click on the ceramic tumbler. These are not things that I thought you guys sold, so I think posting more of that content on your Instagram is going to be really important. Didn't even know you had sales either, so I thought that was interesting. Then I decided to go to Instagram and see what I could find through Instagram. I clicked the link in your bio, and it only brought me to the to-go. So if you want to make sure your business is, your merchandise is being advertised, I would add a link to the merchandise to your website overall because there is an online order button. I've created a mock budget for the Kookaburra Coffee Company for the month of August 2021. In the first row, that dark red row, there's budget category for August, in-house expense, outsource expense, and total categories. Each of these are determined by the type and description, as you can see, and then the rest are fixed divided by percent. And the first one we have content creation. This is actually creating the content. So for content writing, you have $25 an hour times 9 hours, which is $225. So none of this is going to really be affecting your budget because it's all donations. Graphic design is the same way, $90 an hour times 8 hours, so $720. Video production and editing donations, $65 per hour times 4 hours, which is $260. Now moving on to social advertising, we are using Facebook and Instagram as these are the types of social media marketing platforms you have. No in-house expense. You are going to outsource this expense, and it's going to be $6 a day for 20 days, which equates to $120. This is 5% of your budget. Along with Instagram is going to be the same way, the $6 times 20 days for 5% of your budget. Social engagement is also going to be an outsourced expense. This is going to be a $45 per month, which is going to equate to $90 for both Facebook and Instagram. And it's going to, with both Facebook and Instagram, be about 4%. And then moving on, we have software and tools. So monitoring, so these are hours divided by days for 30 days. So we have 12 hours, $12 per hour for 32 hours is your in-house expense. Your outsource expense is going to be that $10 per month, that flat $10. This is going to equate to $384, so it's going to be 17% of your budget. Monitoring is important because you want to make sure you have enough interactions with your social media. Scheduling, this is your buffer, so you have $12 an hour for 6 hours, and again, a $10 monthly subscription buffer, which is going to equate to $82, which is 4% of your budget. Scheduling is going to be a great way to know when to post and what to post. Your next one is going to be analytics, which is going to be used by Chartbeat. You're going to do this for $12 an hour for 6 hours, along with a $10 monthly subscription, and it's going to be $82, which is going to be another 4%. So your software and tools is going to take up 26% of your budget, but this is a very important part because you want to make sure you are getting the appropriate like count, the appropriate amount of interactions with each post. The next one is promotions and contests. So a promotion I made was guess the amount of coffee beans inside our new clear mug. This is a great way to bring people while also advertising. The winner will get a $30 gift card. So this will cost $30, which is 1% of your budget, but it's a great way, a customer comes in to guess the coffee beans, they get a cup of coffee, and they're entered into the promotion. T-shirt giveaway, so your outcome is going to be $20, what you lost. Whoever wins this, they win with the most liked Kookaburra post. So what they have to do is they have to post a picture on their Instagram with a Kookaburra coffee and do a fun hashtag, a fun comment, anything they want to do within the ethical limits. And so that's going to be $20 of your budget for 1%. So your total spend is 100% of your budget. Total donated is $1,205. Your marginal in-house expenses is $925. Your managerial in-house expenses is your total spent is $2,130. So the way I got these numbers, total donated, in-house expense plus outsource expense. So in the donation case, it's all donated, so it's all in-house expense, so that $1,800, and then you have that $1,205, and then $605 plus this $320, and then the total spent, as you can see. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
So what is social media? According to dictionary.com, social media is defined as websites and other online means of communication that are used by large groups of people to share information and develop personal community contacts, according to dictionary.com. Social media is a tool which has been able to help businesses grow. There's a variety of different forms of social media communication, including Facebook and Instagram, which again, you guys utilize both Facebook and Instagram. These online platforms allow companies to reach out to customers in ways email and paper marketing could never. Social media platforms have been shown to improve businesses and companies' sales. By marketing through social media channels, companies can reach a new audience. For example, a person may come in to grab a coffee and follow you guys on Instagram. This customer may go tell their friends, look at this cool post that Kookaburra just posted, and then they'll go get a coffee together. How much does social media marketing cost? When it comes to the reality, it's about how much you put into it. The more a business spends on social media, the more you will get out of it. People are more likely to click on a page that's well formatted, and the way you get a well formatted page is through having a social media marketing executive or a position in which that they are solely responsible for the social media marketing platforms. A post that I thought you guys could do that would really engage your customers is showing a factory with a coffee bean, a stack of coffee beans. This would be really important and really essential because many people are now turning to where's my food coming from, where's my coffee coming from, and if you show the factory in which it is from, then the people know that you guys are producing your own coffee beans, you are making your own coffee, you brew it in-house, and it's a really great way to show your customers that you care about where your coffee is sourced.
This picture features a coffee mug with a coffee bean spilling out of it. The backdrop is a plant, and so it shows that, your coffee is sourced from a local place. You could use pictures such as this to help keep that brand image that you have fresh coffee coming in at all times. Your caption could be something along the lines of, "Our coffee is ground from the source," or "Our coffee is only made with the finest ingredients, the finest beans." Any of these captions or comments would be great, and I would use hashtags such as fresh coffee, soundly sourced, or anything of that nature.
Now that you know what social media is, it's important to know what to write on your posts. When it comes to formatting, it can be tricky. Make sure you understand who your audience is. Once you know who you're talking to, then you can format your post. Word count is also a very important part when it comes to making an Instagram post. You want to keep it to the point, but also engaging. The typical word count is about 125 words per post, and this includes Facebook and Instagram, according to a study done by Zoe. If you keep this to about 125 characters a post, then your customers will be able to engage with it and most likely comment back. For writing for social media, I included an example in which you can create a post where it says, "Our coffee is unbelievable," where leaf is inside the word unbelievable, and using the hashtags #fall and #leaf. These hashtags will allow different people to find your post while also keeping your post to the point. Our coffee is unbelievable. That's enough said. You don't need to say anything else. The picture you can include is a coffee art of a leaf, and your customers know what you're talking about. They have that's enough characters to keep them engaged, and then they can click these hashtags as well to find other posts. It's important in social media marketing to know who your audience is. It can be hard to find your audience at times, but a survey of who comes into your shop and who likes your post is really important and can help your company find out who your demographic is. So for coffee shops, it's found that the typical age is about 18 to 29, according to a study done by Statista, and they are the ones that are actually going to be on social media more. So you really do have a great company, a great customer base to help your social media platforms. So now that you know your audience, what platform should you use? You guys are doing a great job with using Facebook and Instagram. These are the main two platforms that really reach out to people. I would definitely focus my audience more on Instagram than I would on Facebook, but still maintaining Facebook and Instagram. When using Instagram, I would create a different variety of posts, create a color scheme, make sure you have the highlights on the Instagram post, and a couple other things that will make your Instagram look good while also drawing in customers that you may not have had before. An example I used in this one is a picture of someone holding a Kookaburra coffee at the local farmer's market. I know this farmer's market happens every Tuesday, so you guys can have someone, if you have a regular customer who's willing to take a photo for you, have them go to the farmer's market and take a cute picture of a Kookaburra coffee, just them holding it with the farmer's market in the back, and then tag farmers markets, tag local farmers market, tag the name of the farmer's market. All of these examples will really help build your Instagram, and as long as it's keeping with the theme of your Instagram, it will flow very easily. So a way an industry company uses this technique is Dose Coffee. Coffee and Wine, they do have a great grasp on who their demographic is. They post more of their coffee than they do of their wine, just like you guys post more of your coffee than you do of the beer you have on tap. One way that they really write to their audience is they create a atmosphere on their Instagram which relates to this 18 to 29-year-old demographic. This type of posting is geared towards this audience, and they do a great job by making sure that they are relating to their audience and have a good theme throughout their Instagram. Now, how do you use social media for business-to-business communication and business-to-customer communication? These are both great styles to use to reach out to your customers, and they can help your customers interact with you guys in different ways. So a way to use B2B communication, is you can sell different products, you can work with different companies. You guys do this with your local beers you have on tap. You work with these local breweries and you bring in business for both of these companies, but yours mainly. And then another example that you guys could do is maybe contacting a local honey producer, because I know you sell a bunch of teas as well. With working with a local honey producer, you can have another business come in and sell their products, and it looks good because you're working with local companies and you're also selling local fresh honey, which who doesn't like local fresh honey? A way to use business to customer communication is by connecting with your customers to see what they like about your coffee shop. You can, when they come in, you can ask them questions, ask them to fill out a survey. You can even ask them to fill out a survey on your social media. Instagram, you can link things in your bio, and which will redirect them to a survey. And by filling this survey out, you will be able to see what your customers enjoy and what maybe they don't want. And you can also ask about drinks and different types of food options that you guys provide, and this will give them a great background. An example of an out-of-industry comparison would be Creative Juice's Natural Cafe, which work with a local honey brand and they sell their products in store. By adding this local item to your store, it can potentially bring in a new group of people.
The post of the Kookaburra label with the Old Coastal Ales is a great business-to-business communication post. If you guys can utilize this platform more and create more posts such as this, I think you will really be able to bring in more customers, because you now have your customer base along with Old Coastal Ales customer base.
C2C stands for customer-to-customer interactions. This is another type of interaction your business can use. It will bring your customers together while also making sure you have a good platform with them. You can use customer-to-customer interactions to create successful events and advertise them to your social media. This will bring in new customers. By creating the events, you help bring customers together, and you have the potential to gain any new customers. If a frequent customer comes in and brings a friend, the friend may find out that they actually enjoy Kookaburra coffee and then keep becoming and become a regular customer. An example of a post you could use would be one where you advertise for a concert and you say, come out Saturday night to see a local favorite. On your way, grab a Kookaburra coffee. This is a great way to get the community involved while also supporting your business.
Although this example that I showed is of Vans, which is a very large corporation, has nothing to do with coffee, it's a good way to showcase how your two companies are working with engaging customers. If you can just show, a local guitarist is coming into town, go out and see him and buy a Kookaburra while you watch and enjoy the show. This would be a great way to have your customers interact with your business.
Social media can also have some ethical concerns with it. These ethical concerns can be what's featured on the post and what's written on the post. Although in a coffee shop it's a little bit harder to have suggested material, there is still the possibility. When you are creating your content, you want to make sure it is age appropriate for any and all ages. A way to combat ethical concerns in social media is creating an employee guideline of what they should do. If you have an employee guideline set in place, then employees know what can and cannot be said. This is also useful if your social media coordinator is out or if they are unable to do their job at the time, then another person can step in and see exactly what they need to do to create a social media post that is appropriate for all ages. When it comes to creating social media posts, it's important to know when to post and what to post. when to post. It can be hard for determining for different companies, but as a coffee shop, your essential time is going to be in the mornings when people first wake up, because this is the time that they're going to want to have coffee. Another great time is just around probably 8 p.m. So when people wake up in the morning, they see the post from the night before and they can think, oh, let me go get some coffee. Also, another great way is to create a schedule. By creating a schedule, you are able to have a list of everything you want to post and when you want to post it. Again, as mentioned before, this is great if your social media coordinator is out and unavailable. Someone can step in and see the schedule and work off the schedule. Keeping up with the seasons is another great way to boost your social media. For example, I created a post, and it's a post about an espresso machine where you dress it up all in Halloween decorations, and the caption is "Happy Spooky Week, #Halloween, #coffee." This will make sure your customers know that you keep up to date. Also really helps because a lot of companies don't do seasonal posts, and many people like to see seasonal posts. So if you do seasonal posts, it really will boost your customer engagement. Another topic I'm going to discuss is brand cohesion. Brand cohesion is the act of displaying branding or brand details in a way that create unity between them. This was found by Harris in 2017. When a company has a brand cohesion, a brand can be unified with a central goal. When posting on social media, you want to make sure you have a consistency, and this brand cohesion will really make sure that all your posts go together, and it also represents the values of that community and family that you guys go off of. So as long as you can keep together all your posts, it will look great. When looking at your Instagram, I noticed you guys have a very beachy vibe. So keeping up with your brand cohesion, I created a post where there's a sunrise in the back and someone's on the beach holding an iced Kookaburra coffee, and it says "Sun's out, coffee's out. Come in and try any of our iced coffees." This picture would be a great example because it keeps in line with that beach vibe that you guys give off, while also showcasing your coffee.
This is the same kind of image I would want, but in
An example of an out-of-industry comparison would be Big Island Bowl, which is an acai shop located in St. Augustine. Big Island Bowl is a very prominent food truck in St. Augustine, and their posts are very enticing to their customers. They stick with a teal and white theme, and that showcases the beachy ocean lifestyle that Big Island Bowl represents. So a great way you guys could use this would be, keeping with your colors of the red, the browns, the yellow, the neutral tones, neutral earthy tones. So if you guys stick with those tones throughout your social media, also using filters that are related to those tones, you guys will have a great brand cohesion, and it will all flow on your Instagram and Facebook. Now on to how to develop a social media strategy. Social media strategies are really important for companies because it outlines what you guys want as your brand image, what you want as your values, what do you want as your feed. And so if you have a social media strategy, you will be able to achieve everything you want to do. So the first place is decide where you want to start. What kind of images do you want on your Instagram? What kind of message do you want to convey to your audience? You guys already have a solid Instagram, so really keeping up with those coffee posts, but also switching it up. You are a coffee shop, but you're also more. You're a place where you can do work. You sell merchandise. You have coffees. You have beers. I really think you guys should showcase the fact that you do have these beers on tap. It's such a weird concept to have coffee and beer in the same place, but it's fun. And you have a condo complex right across the street, so it's perfect for people who may want to grab a drink after a long day at the beach, or they may want to grab a drink but they have kids, so they get a beer while the kids get a coffee. So really developing who you want to be and what you want to advertise to is great. Deciding on what tactics for step 2 will help boost your Instagram or social media. So what do you want to get out to the customer? What do you want to show your customer? Who are you as a company? These are the tactics that you want to do. Once you decide what your tactics are, put them in full force. Just keep using them, make that strategy, write it out, make that outline, and then that way you have a solid foundation of what you want to post and who you want to post to. So something you guys do is the Kookaburra points. So I think it's really important to send out text being like, don't forget to use your Kookaburra points, or if you have a post, did you know about we use Kookaburra points in store? You can sign up with your phone number, and every time you come in and get a coffee, you get points. This allows customers to see the reward system reminder, which is a great example of using social media to create a social media strategy and bring in customers, because everyone likes free coffee. So in creating your marketing plan, you really do want to consider marketing with social media. It's a great way to engage with customers, and it's relatively inexpensive. You still need a coordinator, you still need to know a post, and maybe some resources. But social media marketing is a great way to reach a variety of audiences. And so when you are doing this, you want to know what to post, and you want to be informational, but you also want to have a happy-go-lucky theme. An example of a post I made was a picture of a close-up of a coffee with the espresso machine in the background. There was a little pumpkin sitting next to it, and they are focused on the frame. The caption reads, "Double, double, toil and trouble. See what's brewing at Kookaburra," with a little pumpkin emoji, and then hashtag something's coming, hashtag double, double, toil and trouble, hashtag coffee. This is a great way to really just post about the seasons and integrate that social media into your brand. A great way an in-industry company uses social media marketing into their marketing plan is by it's Dose Coffee and Wine, when they posted Santa riding in a wave. So St. Augustine is located around a beach, and many people may not know that if they're out of state. So if you do have Santa riding a wave, someone might be like, oh, why is he riding a wave? And then they look up the location, they see it's on the beach, and then they think, that's somewhere I want to go. I want to go get a coffee, and I want to go on walk on the beach. So, integrating that post into your social media would really help bring maybe some outsiders that you didn't have before. ROIs. Now, you may think it stands for return on investment, but in this case, I'm talking about return on influence. When it comes to social media, your influence is so important. Influence is what your reach is. How many people are investing in your post? Is your audience reaching the relevant brand? If you do, then you have a positive return on influence. Your customers, they make the business. So if you're engaging with your customers, then you'll be able to see who you are in a business, and they'll want to come back. With a social media profile, you as a brand will see the likes and comments on a post, and these influences will show how Kookaburra has an impact on the community. Last topic I want to talk to you guys about is storytelling. Storytelling is really important when it comes to social media, because it's just a picture and a caption. You can do so many different things with this. You can again, that value of community and family, you can show that through your post. You can have different families come in and see if they'll take a picture and upload it, or send it to your marketing firm. As you're telling the story of who you are, customers will find that maybe they relate to something about you guys, and they really just want to come in and enjoy a cup of coffee with their family and friends. When it comes to storytelling, you want to show your customers what you have to offer. Keep post engaging for customers so they'll interact with them and keep coming back. Great ways to make sure you're telling the story and engaging with customers is to post, new coffee in town, what's your favorite coffee, what's your favorite blend, and then customers will comment on it. It'll get more engagement. It will really help you build your brand.
Based off these two pictures of your feed, I can tell that you're an Aussie American coffee company, and I can also tell that you use a wide variety of reds, as noticed by the highlights that you guys have. Currently, I see you kind of have a holiday theme going. You have the candles for sale and a single ornament. If you want to emphasize on the holidays, I think it would really bring in business. These candles are a really neat idea, and I think you guys could capitalize on it by making another post or doing a giveaway that, maybe you win a candle or an ornament. So really just engaging in that holiday theme. But right now your storytelling it's very well done. I think you guys know what you're doing. You have a strong background. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but I think you guys are doing a great job. I recommend the following when creating your post, and this is just going to be a quick recap of some of the key points I think are very important when creating your social media post. Number one, you really want to engage with your customers. Create those surveys, create those polls. On Instagram, you can easily make a story where you have a poll. Which coffee do you like more, the mocha nut or the honey badger? Do you like iced or hot? Those would be fun ways for your customer to interact with your post. You can also, another key point is to create social media posts that relate to your 18 to 20-year-old range. You are lucky enough that you have a age range in which they are predominantly on social media. They will be using social media, so use that to your advantage. Make sure when you're creating posts that you post around them. And again, post around in the mornings, because you are a coffee shop. Most people want coffee in the morning, or post at night, and then so they can see it in the morning. Next thing, tell a story with your post. Your story is so great. You're a family and community-based company. You want to improve the community. You want to, live local, but also welcome everybody. And that's such a great platform to use. Really highlighting that will help your company grow and make people, who are out of town, who may not know who you guys are and have followed you from something, maybe they'll be like, wow, it's not some place where I'm going to walk in and everyone's going to stare at me. When you go out of town, you kind of feel like that sometimes. You go into a coffee shop or you go into a little restaurant and people give you a look like, why are you here? So if you create that atmosphere with your customers, then you'll really be able to have, a different customer base coming in all the time. And again, another way to tell stories with your post is using those other companies. Those other companies will really help you when it comes to who you are. You are a local business who also loves working with other local businesses. I mean, there's so many people in St. Augustine who love breweries. So you guys working with Old Coastal Ales is a great way to show that you're supportive of them. It tells a story. It tells, again, that local, that community, just bringing in everyone together. Write post within 125 characters. This is important because you want to make sure that people aren't going to skip out on what you're saying. If your posts are 125 characters, most likely they'll read the entire thing. Now, if it's a giveaway, then of course you have to add more characters, or if it's something important, your new hours, or you built a new building and you want to say thank you, then those things don't have to be 125 characters. 125 characters is mainly for your everyday post. Come try this coffee. Come see the new setup, or come see the new location after you've already posted about the new location. Lastly, the thing I want to leave you on is use hashtags. I know it may sound so cliche, but hashtags are very important when it comes to social media marketing. It really shows how you, as a company, the different, I would say, highlights of your company. Hashtag coffee, but further, hashtag Australian coffee. Kooks, Outer Banks came out and that whole thing is about kooks. So you can I would use kooks a lot. I would, try to use kooks, Kookaburra, coffee, hashtag, all of these hashtags will really bring in a different audience. With these tips and tricks, I think you guys will have a great brand image and it will really help. So I hope you take these recommendations into consideration.
Thank you so much for listening to my marketing plan. I have really enjoyed working with Kookaburra and your Instagram and seeing how you guys relate to your community. It is such a strong brand that has a really great product. So I hope these 12 topics and my information has helped you find out what you are looking for, and I hope the examples that I showed and told you about will really boost your engagement and boost your post and make sure your social media. If you take anything away from this, I hope you take away that you want to tell a story when you are posting on Instagram. You want to make sure your customers know who you are. You also want to make sure that your posts are engaging and bring in new customers. If you have, a place for them to comment on something, then they'll really want to come in and see what you have. I also hope that the budget I proposed was really vital for you guys. You can use these giveaways opportunities to help grow your business. If you need anything else, please feel free to reach out to me. And as always, keep working.
All of the references that I mentioned today can be found in the handbook that will be emailed to you. Please feel free to look over that to see any additional information you may have. These are great resources for social media marketing, and they have a lot more information than what I can give you in this 35-minute video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at solosalesssm@solo.com. I will be able to answer those within 24 hours, and I look forward to helping you out. Thank you.